Welcome to Biblical Curiosity. In this video, we'll be exploring the fascinating story of Zeruiah, sister of King David and mother of three of his most formidable warriors. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content exploring the world of the Bible. By subscribing, you'll be the first to know when we release new videos, and you'll help support our mission of sharing the timeless wisdom of the Bible with curious minds around the world. So let's dive into the story of Zeruiah, and discover the powerful role she played in one of the most legendary armies of all time.
A long time ago, in the fertile lands of Zeruiah, there lived two brothers, Aram and Bimim. They were known as the bravest sons of Zeruiah, as they had the courage to face any challenge, no matter how difficult. One day, a great shadow fell over the region. It was a huge dragon that appeared out of nowhere, setting the crops on fire and terrorizing the people. Residents were terrified, not knowing what to do. But Aram and Bimim were not intimidated. They knew they had to face the dragon to protect the region and its inhabitants. So they set out on a journey to find the dragon and defeat it. The journey has not been an easy one. They had to go through dense forests, climb dangerous mountains, and face monstrous creatures. But, with determination and courage, they finally reached the dragon's cave. Upon entering the cave, they were met with fire and smoke. But they didn't give up. With their swords drawn, they faced the dragon, which was much more powerful than they imagined. The battle was intense, with the dragon throwing flames and fire in all directions. But the brothers fought valiantly, never losing hope. After hours of fighting, finally, Aram and Bimim managed to land a fatal blow on the dragon. The monster fell, dead. The exhausted but happy brothers left the cave to see the region of Zeruiah freed from the dragon's terror. Residents of the region were grateful and hailed them as heroes. From that day on, Aram and Bimim became legends in the region, and their story of courage and bravery was told from generation to generation. And so, the brave sons of Zeruiah became an inspiration to all those who fight for the greater good, proving that, with determination and courage, it is possible to overcome any challenge. After the battle with the dragon, Aram and Bimim became respected and admired figures in the region of Zeruiah. Their courage and bravery were recognized by the residents, who came to look at them as true heroes. As time passed, other threats emerged in the region, and the brothers continued to protect its inhabitants with the same determination and courage. They became leaders, responsible for organizing the region's defense against whatever dangers arose. But despite their fame, Aram and Bimim never lost their humility. They continued to help those in need and to exemplify courage and kindness. His reputation grew even more, and many travelers came from far and wide to hear his stories and learn from his life lessons. In one of the adventures, the brothers were called to help a distant village, which was suffering from the invasion of a group of cruel bandits. Upon arriving there, they realized that the bandits were led by an experienced warrior, with skills superior to any other opponent they had ever faced. Even so, Aram and Bimim were not intimidated. They prepared for battle, and engaged the warrior and his men in an intense and bloody fight. The battle lasted for hours, but the brothers did not give up. With great skill and strategy, they managed to defeat the bandits and free the village from oppression. With this further victory, the brothers' fame spread even further, and they became known throughout the region as the valiant warriors of Zeruiah. As the years passed, Aram and Bimim grew old, but their courage and determination never waned. They continued to protect and help the people of the region until the end of their lives. Today, the story of the valiant sons of Zeruiah is still remembered and told by many as an example of bravery and generosity. They proved that even in the face of the greatest adversity, it is possible to win with courage and determination, and that true heroism does not lie in being strong or powerful, but in using these virtues to protect and help others. With the death of Aram and Bimim, the region of Zeruiah was orphaned of its great heroes. But the memory of their exploits never faded, and many continue to be inspired by the brothers' courage and kindness. A few years later, the region was attacked by a horde of monsters, led by a dragon even more powerful than the one Aram and Bimim had faced. The population was desperate and hopeless, with nowhere to turn. It was then that a young warrior named Jair decided to follow in the footsteps of the sons of Zeruiah. He prepared for battle, gathered a group of allies, and set out to face the dragon. The battle was intense and dangerous, but Jair and his companions fought bravely, inspired by the example of Aram and Bimim. They managed to wound the dragon and force it to flee, leaving the region safe. From that day on, Jair became known as the successor of the sons of Zeruiah, and his story of courage and bravery was told throughout the land. He continued to protect and help people, as well as the brothers who had inspired him. The legend of the valiant sons of Zeruiah was perpetuated for generations, being told and retold in different forms and versions. But the message has always been the same, that courage, determination and kindness are virtues that transcend time and space, and that through them we can become true heroes in our own lives. Many years have passed since Jair's fight with the dragon, but the story of the sons of Zeruiah has continued to inspire many people around the world. His legendary adventures became part of local folklore and were told for generations in many places. One day, a young man named Adriel heard about the sons of Zeruiah and was fascinated by their history. He decided he wanted to follow in the footsteps of the heroes and become a brave warrior like them. Adriel trained tirelessly, honing his fighting skills and strengthening his body and mind. He studied the stories of the sons of Zeruiah and learned from the lessons they left behind. Finally, Adriel decided to go on a journey to honor the heroes' memory and follow their ideals. He traveled through unknown lands, facing challenges and dangers that made him doubt his courage and determination. But Adriel didn't give up. He remembered the story of the sons of Zeruiah and found inspiration in their achievements. Through sheer willpower and perseverance, Adriel has overcome every obstacle in his path and has grown as a warrior and person. One day, Adriel arrived in a town where a terrible evil was threatening the residents. A group of ruthless bandits had taken control of the region and were terrorizing the people with their acts of violence and oppression. Adriel knew what he needed to do. He prepared for battle, just as the sons of Zeruiah had done many years before, and he led the townspeople in an attack against the bandits. The battle was fierce, but Adriel and his allies fought with courage and determination, inspired by the example of the sons of Zeruiah. They managed to defeat the bandits and free the city from oppression. Adriel knew what he needed to do. He prepared for battle, just as the sons of Zeruiah had done many years before, and he led the townspeople in an attack against the bandits. The battle was fierce, but Adriel and his allies fought with courage and determination, inspired by the example of the sons of Zeruiah. They managed to defeat the bandits and free the city from oppression. From that day on, the legend of Adriel, the brave warrior, began to be told around the world, alongside the legend of the sons of Zeruiah. Adriel became a symbol of courage and hope, just like the heroes who had inspired him. And so, the story of the valiant sons of Zeruiah continued to inspire generations to come, reminding us that courage, determination and kindness are timeless values that can make us true heroes in our own lives. After Adriel's journey, many other young men were inspired by the legend of the sons of Zeruiah and followed in their footsteps. The Zeruiah region has become a prosperous and safe place, thanks to the courageous actions of all the warriors who were inspired by the legendary heroes. However, not everyone in the region was grateful for the protection offered by the warriors. A jealous warlord named Zohar decided he wanted to end the legend of the sons of Zeruiah and seize power for himself. Zohar gathered an army of mercenaries and began attacking cities in the region, causing destruction and chaos wherever he went. The local warriors tried to resist, but they were fighting a very strong and well-trained enemy. It was then that a young warrior named Caleb decided to take the leadership of the resistance. He knew that the only way to win the battle against Zohar was to unite the region's warriors and fight together as one force. Caleb studied the history of the children of Zeruiah and was inspired by their ideals of courage, determination, and loyalty. He used his leadership skills to motivate the warriors and raise the morale of the people. In time, Caleb was able to gather an army strong enough to take on Zohar and his mercenaries. He organized his battle strategy based on the teachings of the sons of Zeruiah and prepared for the final war. The battle was brutal and intense, but Caleb and his warriors fought with courage and honor, inspired by the example of the legendary heroes. They managed to defeat Zohar's army and force him to flee the region. Caleb became a hero in the Zeruiah region, and his story of courage and leadership has been told for many generations. He honored the memory of the sons of Zeruiah, following their ideals of courage, determination, and kindness, and becoming an example of how a single individual can make a difference in the fight for justice and freedom. And so, the legend of the valiant sons of Zeruiah continued to inspire many people around the world, reminding us that courage, determination, and kindness are virtues that can make us true heroes in our own lives and in our fights for humanity. Justice and freedom. With peace restored in the region of Zeruiah, local warriors decided to create a shrine in honor of the sons of Zeruiah. The shrine would be a sacred place to remember legendary heroes and honor their memories. The warriors worked together to build the sanctuary, using the skills they had learned along their journeys. They created a magnificent place, with statues honoring the sons of Zeruiah and walls decorated with paintings depicting their legendary battles. The shrine became a place of pilgrimage for warriors from across the region, who came to pray and seek inspiration. They gathered around the statues of the sons of Zeruiah, hearing the tales of their legendary deeds and learning from their virtues. Years passed, and the legend of the sons of Zeruiah continued to be told for many generations. Each new warrior who was inspired by the history of these heroes became an example to others, spreading the virtues of courage, determination, and kindness throughout the region. The legend of the sons of Zeruiah became so powerful that it crossed the borders of the region and spread throughout the world. Warriors from all lands came to the shrine in Zeruiah to honor the heroes of legend and seek inspiration for their own journeys. Over time, the legend of the sons of Zeruiah became a myth, a story that transcended the boundaries of time and space. The sons of Zeruiah were seen as the symbols of virtue and heroism, who could inspire and guide warriors of all times and cultures. And so, the legend of the sons of Zeruiah lived forever, reminding us that courage, determination, and kindness are virtues that can make us true heroes in our own lives and in our struggles for justice and freedom.